Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy TJ. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is good, having a great day. We are currently uploading 1 to 3 videos every single day, reacting to other traders. And on my main channel, I'm going to be dropping proper Forex signals. But hear this, we're going to be using other traders' Forex signals on a real live account or a challenge from a prop firm to see if we can pass it using the signals, as there's been so many requested to actually make that video happen. So I'm going to make it happen on the main channel. Subscribe up to that also. But today we're going to be focused on MeetMattL. We did a few videos of his before. Great content. You know, he's got a good... If he edits his own videos, they are very, very well structured and planned out. But the video we're going to be reacting to, it's a sort of a video where you need to understand where he's coming from, his point of view. It's to do with him actually quitting Forex. And it's like, I almost quit. Obviously, he didn't almost quit, because if you check the channel, you can clearly see that he's uploading. But why you should quit trading in 2022. It's a true one, which I didn't really understand when I first looked at his channel, because it basically said he quit, and then he didn't obviously quit. But it's just explaining why nobody really makes money trading Forex.
Trading offers us
but without further ado, let's just get into it, because this video it's a gem. I haven't watched it yet, but I just know it's going to be a gem.
Forex trading offers us an unlimited earning potential, a level of freedom that only 9-to-5ers can dream of, and a method to allow us to achieve all of our goals. And yet, nobody makes money. It's why we see only a handful of traders posting flashy videos online, and often less than 5% of traders are consistently receiving payouts from funding companies. So I often ask myself, why is it that everybody fails, and is it even worth trying? Why is Forex trading so difficult, and what is it that the majority of Forex traders are doing that is destroying their chances at receiving payouts and being profitable? It took me a good 4 years of Forex trading, of taking things seriously.
Only 4 years, mate. I mean, if they're 4 every single day, looking on the charts, looking at Forex strategies, researching the industry, at some point you're gonna get good.
Before I found any kind of consistency, and many times along the way, especially when I spent over $10,000 on Forex courses, I considered quitting. But of course, hindsight is...
I've never bought a Forex course in my life. So he spent $10,000 on Forex courses, and I bet you any money he has his own Forex course, which I know he does. So all of these Forex courses, either the guy's a really good trader or it's just similar content.
2020, and looking back, it is
but just
now much easier
regurgitated
for me to see what mistakes I was making that were destroying my chances of finding any kind of consistency, and now owning my own funding company and seeing the statistics.
The Forex Funder link is down below in the description. Check it out. 200k account for only $425. Obviously, he has his own. There's loads out there. FTMO, MFF, EA. There's loads. The list could go onwards. But you know, you want to get the challenges cheap, and you want to get easy passing. So this firm are very cheap, easy passing, and also quick withdrawals.
Of traders, it's now clear that the mistakes that traders make that lead to deep losses is no mystery. And the thing is, they're often super easy to solve. Do you get excited whenever something new or novel comes around, whether it's trading or non-trading related? There's something...
Quickly change of the camera angle there to change up. You see how we made this actual video with, like, if you look at the 43 seconds, adding in a video or screen, but then over the top of that is actual voiceover, and now he's just switched up the camera to enhance the audience's view and also to change it up so it doesn't get boring.
I don't know if it's
It's
actually
good
a real
stuff.
thing, but if it is, I know that I suffer from it. I get super excited.
Zoom in now so we stay engaged.
Things. I love starting new things, but it's continuing with those things that I personally find more challenging. And relating this to trading, it's why I think so many traders simply do not stick with a strategy, which is potentially the #1 downfall of traders. The way most strategies, if not all strategies, work is based on probability and is based on consistency. Most traders, after experiencing a losing streak or some consecutive losses, are quick to start looking at different Forex strategies and maybe even jumping ship and forgetting their strategy and going on to the next. And this is a problem because the probability of your strategy working out is now at 0% because you're not even sticking.
I guess what he's trying to say is that everyone has their own strategy, but when they're on a losing streak, they try and trade up they try and change up their trading, which could obviously have a negative impact because they're not being consistent with their own strategy, and then they're trying to make implementations to, you know, make it a little bit better. Where personally, it's always to do with risk to reward, number one. Number two, it's your emotions when trading, so how you can actually control your trades and how you trade on a day-to-day basis. Are you trading once a week, twice a week, once a month? What's your goals? If you're trying to get rich quick, then obviously that doesn't happen, but how much are you looking to make? At what point are you going to be happy to close that trade and stop trading? Because yeah, you might hit that trade and it goes really, really well, but then people continue to trade, SL, 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 they lose their profits, and then they're back into break-even / drawdown. Now, where are you happy and content to go, do you know what, 4 grand's enough for the month? Even if a great setup's coming into play, I won't take it because that is a good profit every single month. Now, that is where people go running trading. They can't stop.
With it. I always come back to the analogy and the example that's given in the book Trading in the Zone. That is the importance of thinking like a casino. The casino does not care whatsoever whether it wins or loses at the next table or whether they're profitable on that day, because they know that over time their edge is going to play out. Now, if the casino had a really bad day and lost some money, or even a bad week, if they shut down shop, of course they're going to lose money because they're not giving themselves an opportunity for their edge to play out. But of course they don't do that. They know that by the end of the year, things are going to be positive and they're going to be profitable. And so as traders, we need to think the exact same way. There's multiple levels of patience required in trading. It starts out with the learning curve, staying patient when nothing really makes sense. Then once you know what's going on, it takes patience for setups to arise, and then for those setups to actually provide you with pips and provide you with money. And it's this lack of patience that most traders have that lead them to jumping strategies and going on to the next one. There is something to be said about knowing when your strategy simply isn't effective. It's a fine line and a fine balance between staying the course and jumping ship and trying something new. But if you are using a strategy that is well known, where you see other traders succeeding with it, then likely it is not the strategy, likely it's you, and you're simply not giving it enough time to play out. I tried a whole bunch of different strategies when I first started, and I really needed to find one that fit my personality. And once I did, I still kind of looked around for a little bit until I came to this realization. So if you've been trading for a while, if you have seen some consistency and some success with your trading strategy, just stick with it, think like a casino, and trust me, in the long run, it's going to
100% agree with what you're saying, 100%.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. I think
It's a marathon, not a sprint. Bro, MeetMattL, you definitely have been watching me, mate, because I made that up, bro. I made that up. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I made that up. Where did you get that from? I made that up.
The thing that traders can do to improve their trading is simply practice risk management. Now,
You've watched me. You must have watched me.
In the comments or look for another video because you don't want to hear about risk management. The thing is, it's boring, and that is why so many traders neglect it. But it is the single most important aspect of your trading. You can be the greatest trader in the world. If you don't have proper risk management, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're going to lose money. My Forex funds put out a statistic not that long ago, it's been just a few months, where they shared that 60% of their traders don't use a stop loss. And I just
60%?
believe that. I can't wrap my head around it.
Oh
if
my
you're
God.
watching this and you're not using a stop loss, what the heck are you doing? Just use a stop loss. There's so many times when you can say, oh yeah, I'll get out in this area, and some news event or some news event comes out, or there's just huge volatility.
Comment below if you are not using a stop loss, and I will like your comment.
And price goes way past where your
We've all done it.
stop loss was, and you end up eating a huge loss. And secondly, you might not have the discipline to act.
Because of like my trading experience, I swear on my life, I've watched a trade within 1 second. No cap, this happened last year. 1 second. It dropped over 300 pips in a second. The market, the broker, the market, all of that sort of stuff, it froze, and then within a second, it went all the way 300. So I was in the trading cells, we caught the profit and we went beyond profit because of slippage, but slippage in profit. And then the same can happen when you've got an SL. It can slip out of the SL and you can take more loss. It happened the other way. So that's why, like, to be fair, with that, even if you had an SL, you still would have slipped out. But you always should put an SL. And then also when you're in a trade and your SL gets hit, just walk away. Just get away from your phone, get away from the trading view, get away from it all, and just take a break.
Actually close it. It's easy to have ideas and have a game plan when everything is fine, but once you start to see that loss running in your account, you might not, and you likely will not be as disciplined as you are and as you were when you originally took that trade. So please just put a stop loss in place. But risk management does go beyond just having a stop loss. The most important aspect is knowing what percentage of your account to risk. Now, when I first started trading, I thought 10-15% monthly returns were super achievable. And there's many of you watching, I know, that think it is achievable as well. And I've received some mean comments in the past every time I say that it is not consistently achievable. Now, if you're willing to risk 5% a trade, absolutely, you can generate some massive returns on your account. But the truth is, there's going to be a month when you experience losses, and the losses are going to be so deep that you're simply not going to be able to recover. So it's amazing.
Again, it's all to do with greed as well. It's like, why do you even need to risk 5% a trade? Why in the mindset do we tell people to risk 1%? Why is 0.25% not enough? You know, and it's like if you're on a 400k account and you're using 0.25%, you're every 0.25% is $1,000. So you're never gonna go. You lose 4 trades in a row, you've lost 1%. But because the account size is so big, you're making good money and very small losses. In terms of, you can even switch up. You can do a few trades 0.25, and then in a trade you really like, go 0.5. You're still doubling your previous risk, and it's still risky, but you're not actually risking the whole 1%, and you're not gonna blow the account or anything like that. So it's just altering your mindset into a strategy and risk that you feel comfortable with. And that's why it's basically talking of how the mindset and how people are with risk, with their trading strategy, impulsiveness, the emotion, the psychology, all of that plays into a massive part. And it's finding your own journey and finding what works for you and what works best.
To post those flashy payouts and those flashy monthly returns, but I have never seen a trader do that for 12 months or 24 months consistently.
You should look at Glory FX. Glory FX, yeah, he's actually quite decent, right? Every single month on like FTMO, I think it was, he's getting profit every single month. You should check out his channel. If you haven't already, it's like Glory FX.
Because 5% is too much, and I would even argue that 2% is too much. It's fine if you're on a small personal account and you're willing to lose all of that money, but if you're on a funded account and you are limited in terms of the drawdown that you can have, 2% is way too much. I really think 1% is the maximum that you should be risking. And the problem is, many traders don't want to dial back their risk. I totally get it. I was there for the longest time, especially when I first started trading. I thought 5% wasn't a lot. Heck, you are watching the guy that maxed out his credit card to take a trade on gold. Thank the Lord that it was a winning trade because I lost several $1,000. I was in your position. I wanted to
We've all
make
been
money
there.
as fast as possible.
Yo, I think I spent over like 10 grand in just challenges, you know, like me and Matt, we can agree, like we're all on this journey together, and you know, it's just one of those things. Fucking gotta be in it to win it.
And as much as possible. But it was through all of those losses and making all of those mistakes that I learned that it's just not possible to have those massive monthly returns while remaining risk managed and consistently in the long term. Those are the caveats that people don't like to pay attention to. The reality is, listen, if you were risk managed and generating 10, 15, 20% a month, listen, the largest banks in the world would throw money at you, and that's just not happening.
I'm making 10% a week at the moment, man.
Because you're taking a level of risk that they're not comfortable with.
Yes, hello, Barclays. How can I help?
Level of risk that simply is not sustainable. A massive reason for why traders fail simply comes down to misconceptions of what it's like to be a trader and goals that simply are not realistic. If
That
you
is
have a goal
facts.
of making $1,000 a day, you're only making $10 a day, well, of course you're going to be discouraged, and that discouragement is going to potentially lead you to quitting or not putting in as much effort as you need.
Trading is work. You know, you're not on a yacht trading. You're not. You're literally working, just like even more than a 9 till 5. You know, you're always working. You're always trying to find either the next trade, managing your accounts. There's so much to trading. It's not a lavish lifestyle as such. You're like, yeah, you can go on nice holidays here and there. You've still got to work. You know, like I'm uploading 3 videos every day just on my React channel. That's not even got anything really to do with trading. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even sorting out mentorship, people who one-to-one sessions. There's so much to it. Myself, learning new stuff about trading, you know, like I don't know everything about trading. There's so many different indicators to use. There's so many different pairs that you might even be insanely good at trading, but never even given it the chance a day to learn that pair. Personally, I think it's quite difficult to trade multiple pairs, but people do it because it allows you, when you're trading multiple pairs, say if one pair isn't ready to shape up, you won't FOMO in, which means fear of missing out. You'll go on to the other pair that can trade, and you'll take a look and go, yeah, do you know what, this is actually a better entry than the other pair, so I'm going to use this pair for today or this week or this month. I'm liking the way it moves.
And therefore you're just not going to see the results that you were hoping for. I think the main culprit to blame here is social media when it comes to misconceptions in trading, whether it's scam accounts or even legitimate accounts from traders that have been trading for a long time. We've all seen those classic MT4 screenshots of traders up thousands and thousands of dollars, and we all think to ourselves, wow, it would be great if that was us. How life-changing would it be?
It's like me.
And I'm not saying that's not achievable,
Just like me.
but it's just not realistic when you're first starting out, because one, you need a ton of capital. Even before you secure that capital, you need to know how to trade, you need to work through your psychology, and you need to be consistent. When traders realize they're not achieving what they expected or hoped to achieve, that's what leads to less motivation, discouragement. I think discouragement is a word. I don't know, it sounds a little weird. But they're not as motivated, and that lack of motivation is not going to help them continue on in their journey. So from the very onset, whether you're a new trader or even a trader that's starting to see some consistency, at all times, regardless of where you are in your journey, you need to manage expectations. This was a huge thing for me when I received my first FTMO funded account.
That's true.
I thought, that's it, I'm
Mate, speaking facts.
rich, I made 10% in 30 days, I'm going to be able to do that every single month. And I was shopping for AP watches and, cars and everything.
That's it, that is it. That's it.
Managing.
Mate, that happened to me as well. It happened to me as well, man. I even went up plus 45k. Obviously, I lost 15, 20 grand. I didn't even need to trade. I was up 45 grand on a 400k account, combining the two at the same time. And then I was like, yo, I've made it. I've literally made it, Made 45k in a week, chilling. And then Excel, emotions, psychology. When you haven't done that, been there before, if you've never been there before, then you've got to learn as you go. And that is why you've got to learn on the job, learn from experience, and then learn from the mistakes.
My expectations, I had a misconception for what it would be like to be a funded trader. Don't get me wrong, there's still months when I make a good amount of money, and there's months when, I don't make any money at all. But it's by managing,
and then he has to buy a new challenge,
that I kind of flatline my level of motivation and encouragement. There's no massive ups and downs. I really like that quote. I don't know who it's from, but it's a candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long. And so it can be great to experience those really nice highs of motivation and encouragement, but then you're going to have those dips when things aren't working out. So
that is the difference between a strong-minded person and a non-strong-minded person, because everyone has bad times, it's life. But in the end of the day, it's how you come up from the bad times. You're gonna have high peaks in life, and you're gonna have shit times. Otherwise, you wouldn't know the higher life. You get me? So it's all about balance, but I feel like the only way anyone grows is from messing up, learning from mistakes, and just self-developing themselves to becoming a better person. And that is also where trading comes into that, because you learn so much about yourself, your impulsiveness, just the way that you think, the way that you can actually, you're strong-minded, self-control, them sort of things. So much to do with trading that you learn about yourself. It's actually a mad one.
So, having a little bit more of a flat line, a little bit more of a steady burn, I think is helpful when it comes to managing those expectations. And this goes for all traders. It'll make a massive difference in how you approach the market, because you're no longer going to be forcing trades. You're no longer going to be disappointed if you're not hitting the goal that you originally set. If you want to make money in Forex, you need to remain patient through the ups and downs. You need to stick to your strategy. For God's sake, you need to remain risk managed. And very importantly, you need to manage your expectations.
Yes.
3 years ago, I paid $5,000 to take the Apex Paragon course. And that weekend in Montreal, after one of the days, I went out for a nice dinner with my uncle. And I made a bet with him that within 12 months, I would be a millionaire. It's been 3 years, if not more, since taking that course, and I hate to break it to you, but I am not a millionaire.
He might be soon though, because he's pumping out content. He's got his own Forex firm. Yo, Matt's close, I'm telling you.
My expectations were not realistic at all, and unrealistic expectations are only going to lead to disappointment and frustration. Fortunately, trading is a marathon and not a sprint. So
Matt, I'm telling you, you learned that from me. You must have got that from me. I created that on a night out.
Patient, keep moving forward, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Make sure to subscribe to MeetMattL. He's a great content creator. What can I say? He uploads regularly. He's consistent. He uploads great videos. He has a lot of common sense. You can learn from his mistakes. He's very openly talks about it as well, which not many people do. That's why I feel like people following the journey of Matt, that's why they respect him a lot. He says a lot. Look at his channel, He's been doing this for a few years now. Been pumping out the content. Very, very good. Look at the views. 900,000, then boom. All of a sudden, hold on, new thumbnails, good video titles, and he's on to an absolute winner. Over 10k subscribers as well. Link is in description. Make sure to go subscribe to him. Like and subscribe to myself as well. Dropping videos, multiple videos daily on the React channel. It's been your boy TJ. Much love. Take it easy and peace.